You see, these are part of the things we do. I'm just coming back from inspection now, and I'm still on the road. These are, one of the basic experiences. Sorry for the visuals, of course. I'm still on my way home. I'm just leaving site now, and so today I would really want to talk about some basic things, some questions that I've been, receiving, some inquiries from some friends and some families, and of course from some concerned real estate investors who have, been making inquiries about Lagos. A lot of people have been talking about, several things, and with the growing level of property demolitions, with what is presently happening in Epe, I've received several inquiries, not just from one person, from several concerned real estate investors, and I understand. I honestly do. I know very well that this money is not easy to come by, and everybody just don't want to take some unnecessary risks, and investing in Lagos is not it's not what it used to be, according to some people, and but the reality still remains that there is no place like Lagos. That's just a fact. That's just the truth. There's no place where you really want to invest and you really want to, ignore the importance. Sorry for that's how some of our roads here are. So I'll be responding to that questions, and I'll also be responding to that question with another question, because a lot of people have been asking me why should we still invest regardless of what is going on and what might still even happen before the end of the year. I understand your concerns, I understand your necessity, but that is why I'll be coming online to explain some of those things. I've talked about inflation. In case you're just seeing this video for the first time, I've talked about inflation. I've talked about what is happening, what has happened in other parts of Lagos. So you know very well that we discuss important issues that is concerning real estate investment. So please do well to share this live video. I don't intend to stay beyond 30 minutes. You call your friends, your family, your loved ones. More importantly, those who are who are still studying, the industry. Please call them, tell them we're live. We're discussing a crucial topic today, and share this live broadcast. And of course, you can give us a thumb like. If you're just seeing this for the first time, you can give us a thumbs like, and this is part of one of the things we do, more importantly, to safeguard your investments. So today I'm going to be explaining some facts, some hard facts, and some harsh realities that you need to know. And I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. I'm going to say things the way they are, regardless of what anybody thinks or what everybody feels like. So if you can hear me, let me know. Let's discuss it. Once again, I apologize for coming very, very late. We've been on the movement since morning, and the reason why we're just coming online is due to the fact that I want us to look at what is happening and what real estate investors should understand. Okay, so investing in Lagos, is it really safe? Is it really advisable? Will I recommend it for people? Will I say, okay, buy properties? Now, one of the things I want you guys to understand basically is that the trajectory of real estate investment in Lagos has changed from what it used to be several years ago. And if you are a follower, okay, of some of these events and some of these circumstances, you will agree with me that, please wind up a little bit. So you will agree with me that things are changing even beyond what we are seeing. A lot of activities are happening. So the first thing is that there's no cheap land in Lagos anymore. It's telling you there's one land, 950,000, 1 million, or 30,000, or 1.5 million. The obvious reality right now is that you cannot get such properties again in Lagos. And then this is due to the fact that Lagos State government is trying to implement a lot of things. I know, and in this current wind of change, a lot of people will feel it. More importantly, those who are finding it extremely difficult, okay, to do what is necessary. I talked about what's currently happening in Epe. I'm just coming from some places in the Bejuleki now, and I can tell you that Lagos is fast becoming the best real estate investment destination. And I sincerely hope and pray that Lagos State government will not slow down on the pace of development. I sincerely hope and pray that this development will continue at this rate. So, is it really safe? Is it really advisable to invest in Lagos? I'll be answering this by stating 3 obvious facts. And I would say that after looking at this, okay, you can examine some of these things and pay attention to the important thing that you need to know. Okay, these are some of those things. So I will just quickly state it. Now, the first reality that you need to understand as a real estate investor is that the era of cheap land in Lagos is no longer available. That era has passed. We're in the era whereby we give value for your money. So the thing is, before you buy any real estate investment in Lagos, you want to please ensure if you are still buying within the boundary of Lagos. Now, a lot of people have been saying they are buying lands in Imota, Ikorodu, in Agbowa, Ikorodu. I have been to several of those inspections several times, and I was so disappointed to find out that a lot of people are being played, because where they say is how do I put it now? Where they say is Lagos happens to be an outskirt of Lagos. Most times, those places are the boundaries, okay, between Lagos and Shagamu. Not even Epe, Lagos and Shagamu. So obviously, this is not to create doubt or to discourage you from investing. No. But this is just to open you to the obvious reality. So the first thing you will do, or the first way you want to stay out of Lagos wahala, if you're investing in Lagos, is that just know that I was speaking with an investor. We went for one allocation in that the supposed Imota, which turned out to be Ogun State. These are some of the magics and wonders of real estate in some places. So they told us that the place is Imota. So I left my house thinking that I was going to Imota, only for me to find out that where they took us to was Shagamu. You know, these are some of those things. I apologize for the audio. I'm actually coming back from site, and because of the fact that I felt this topic is worth discussing. So Lagos is safe, but Lagos is expensive. So that's the first question. That's the first response I'm going to give for that inquiry. Lagos is safe, but Lagos is expensive. So the era of 950k land, 1.5k land, 3 million land, 4 million land, that era has passed. That era is gone. So you are not going to see that error again. So let me start by preparing your mind, okay, for you to know that. So that's the first thing. So the era of cheap properties is gone. Now, for you to understand how to safeguard your investment in Lagos, you need to understand what are the basic land regulations and land laws that are there. You need to understand what are the certain conditions that government put into consideration before important land documents are being granted. Now, when talking about land documents, I'm talking about C of O's, I'm talking about Gazette, I'm talking about governor's consent, and I'm also talking about government allocation. Now, what is happening in some places right now in Lagos is a question of government showing interest, okay, in real estate development, and government taking full activities. So in as much as fact that you are ready to play by the rule, Lagos is a safe real estate investment destination for you. So if you are ready to play by the rules, so you must understand that what exactly are the rules, or what are those, those yardsticks that is selling less than $1 million, and you get a value for it. These are some of those things that we are discussing today. Okay, now, so land of 150. So one of the ways you can stay away from problems, difficulties, and demolitions, okay, is to play by the rules. Now, what is the rules? I've had several experiences and encounters or inquiries with some people, and they've told me several times that the kind of property I can afford, I can't do 10 million properties, I can't do 5 million property, I can't do 30-40 million properties. Now, if that's your case, then obviously I'm so sad to announce to you that if you cannot afford, because you see, any property that is below 20-30 million, you can't get a good titled properties in Lagos. And one of the ways you can avoid government wahala is to limit the level of the untitled properties you are buying, whether it is registered deed or survey, because I think I've said it in one of my videos that there is no title like deed or every other thing. Most of those things are, I would say, they are just fallacies. Okay, so you can't get a good title document or a good title property for anything less than 20-30 million in Lagos anymore. That's the first thing. Then number two is that you want to work with the approved government layout. The question is Lagos really safe for investment? So I am outlining some of the basic things that you need to do so that you will not have clashes with government. Now, a lot of people have been saying, because of what is happening in Ekpe, does that mean that government is going to take the land? Now, the reality basically is that for some of us that we bought those areas where government want to start their the Ekpe mixed development scheme, the truth of the matter is we are still going to rebuy from government. So what we are sincerely praying and hoping now is that they will not ask us for a price that is way beyond what we can afford. And that has always been for some of people who actually have investments in Lagos to know. So is Lagos safe? Number one, what do I need to do? So the question or the emphasis should be, in order to ensure that my investment in Lagos is safe, number one, stop buying untitled properties. Now, if you are buying untitled properties, buy untitled properties with intention that you are going to perfect it. That's one of those key things. I know a lot of people will not appreciate this. More importantly, those who are still selling untitled properties. Then number two, you also want to ensure, okay, that what you are buying, okay, is not an acquisition land. Before that, a lot of people are still making and repeating the same errors. To find out now, for all those 950k 1.5 million naira land that we have in other places, any land that they are selling below, that they are selling maybe 950, 1.5, the truth is those lands are not in Lagos. So me, I'm there. I've gone for those inspections and I can tell you the way things are. They are not in Lagos, so don't let us even deceive ourselves. They will say Imota, it's not Imota. Me, I've been there. It's Ogun State. The only good thing is that it is like, let's just say 15 minutes drive. So it's going to be a case of, for some of us who are familiar with the Sherry, with the I'm trying to recall this place here, with the Sherry Ogun State area, okay, those Lagos Ogun State boundaries, okay, it's just going to be like a similar scenario, okay, for some of us who invested in those places. But those places are not Lagos, so there's no way somebody will tell you he's selling Lagos for you 950k and you rush at it. In fact, the moment you rush at it, you are just using your hand, okay, to bring in problems. Do you understand? So the era of untitled properties. Now, if you see me come on my YouTube channel to say come and buy land for 2.8, come and buy land for, just know it's not Lagos. So even me, I'm saying it. So a lot of people say, you are casting yourself. No, there's nothing to hide. If I have a property on my channel, I posted it, and a few people made inquiries, and they said, I saw this property you advertise, Amber Court. I told them, no, it's not Lagos, so it's Ogun State, and it's just 4 minutes. And the woman said, I appreciate the fact that you told. Of course, that's just it. So one of the ways to protect your investment right now for those who are investing, so if you know that you cannot afford titled properties, this is my honest advice. Even if it is half plots of a titled property, if that is what you can afford, and you still want to buy Lagos, okay, ensure you do that. Now, you see what is happening basically in some parts of Lagos right now is that those people that have bought 3 acres, 5 acres of registered survey and deed, what will later happen is that by the time government begins to impose or trying to give us fees, okay, for documentation, a lot of people will have to forgo their acre and hold on to maybe 2 or 3 plots, because the cost of perfecting some of these properties will not be cheap. I'm saying this, and I want you all to to see it and understand basically that that's the reality. So Lagos is safe if you are ready and willing to play by the rules. What is the rule? Stay away from untitled properties, number 1. Then number 2, if the property is titled, you also want to find out, okay, if there have not been multiple sales on that. I've always been saying this several times, that a lot of people don't understand that there are some basic rules, okay, that governs property acquisition in Lagos. There have been several instances whereby our legal advisor read a deed, and she just told us that this property is not what you guys can promote for investors, and we saw that there have been multiple sales. Now there are also some places too indication on that particular property, and the reason why government still keep possession of that property is due to the fact that it's the original occupants or ancestral owners of those lands. They said it that they are actually waiting, okay, for the APC government to leave power. That once the APC government leave power in Lagos, okay, they are going to appeal the ruling. So that means they are still going back, to court to appeal that case. So in most cases, it is very important that if you are buying a property in Lagos, you want to confirm if there are no litigations on those property. Now, there are some property that comes with titles like registered court judgment, okay, that's also a title. And when you look at the registered court judgment, you will see that it has a ruling on it. But so if you are buying a property that has a registered court judgment, you want to find out, okay, if that judgment is a Supreme Court judgment. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is that for some rulings, okay, that were made in the Court of Appeal or the Magistrate Court or the High Court, now it is possible, okay, for the aggrieved parties over those properties, it is possible for those aggrieved parties in those properties to appeal the case. Now, so if you want to buy a property and you have a registered court judgment, what you must do as an investor is that you want to find out, sorry, I'm just coming in, you want to find out, okay, if the ruling on that property is a Supreme Court judgment. Now, if it's a Supreme Court judgment, automatically there won't be any form of appeal. There won't be any form of appeal on that property. So you want to pay attention to the judgment or to the ruling of that property. If you are not paying attention to that, then you should look at that. So if I want to buy a property that has a court judgment, so I want to find out who made that ruling. Is it a Supreme Court in Nigeria? Because the Supreme Court actually happens to be the highest court in Nigeria. So any judgment that is made by the Supreme Court is subject, is binding, it cannot be appealed. So if you must buy a property that has registered court judgments, I want you to ensure that the judgment, okay, that is on that property is a Supreme Court judgment. Because if it's not a Supreme Court judgment, there are tendencies that the judgment can be appealed by grieving parties or those who might feel unsatisfied with the particular ruling, okay, that the government or the court has given. So a lot of people don't pay attention to that. So if I were you and they tell me that the property has a court judgment, okay, if it's not a Supreme Court judgment, I will definitely not want to look at it. So these are some of the things you need to do if you are investing in Lagos. You want to pay attention to some of these things, and it is very, very crucial you do so when you are investing in Lagos. So these are, some of those things that you should pay attention to if you are buying property. So in as much as fact that you are ready and willing, to play by the rules. The rules is that for now, stay away from untitled properties in Lagos, okay? No, and if you must buy, okay, you must confirm or you must have the intention. Is either the developer selling to you, okay, has the intention of fixing the title, or you, the buyer, also have the intention of fixing the title. If both of you are not ready to do so, I will advise, okay, that you leave the properties, for them, because it's of no use. Because the thing is that if there is interest, of course, it's not even if, when there is government interest, what will protect that investment for you, okay, is the title that you have secured on such property. So these are some of the important things that you want to pay attention to. So today I'm a little bit mobile, so I'm coming to my mini office in the house. So these are some of the things that you want to pay attention to if you are investing in Lagos. So in as much as fact that you are ready to play by the rules, you are ready to follow the laid instructions and everything, you can. Lagos is not cheap, and even plots you can afford. The reason why a lot of people are buying anywhere in Lagos is due to the fact that many people used to make erroneous, calculations. I've seen instances whereby some people would say, instead of me using 30 million to buy a property, they would say, a whole 30 million on the property. Do you know how many acres of land? Now you can buy acres of land if that's what you deem fit, but you must understand the economic implications of the acres of land you are buying. Now, when I talk about the economic implication, is there are some silent questions you will ask yourself. Do I have, the resources to fix the title? Can I comfortably do everything? Mr. Wale, any babale malo? So these are questions, important questions that you want to ask, and these are important things you want to pay attention to. So when you look at this, you will understand that investing in Lagos is very profitable and is a good decision. So when you're looking at that and you understand, the basic circumstances, you will not have issues. Sorry, I have to lock the door because of my daughter. So these are, the basic things. So should I invest in Lagos? Now I'm going to quickly explain three important reasons. My time is up. I said I was going to spend 30 minutes on this live session. So my time is almost up. So I'm just going to tell you three important reasons why you should have a property in Lagos. And I'm going to back up these important reasons with facts. The first thing you should know basically is that the level of urbanization in Lagos is scary. Even me, I myself, that I'm residing in Lagos, I'm scared at the level of urbanization. I just drove past some portions of where they are doing the coastal road. I looked at the Eleco of 2018, 2019, and I saw, hospitals coming up. I saw industries coming up, and I was scared, and I was like, this was, people used to say it that many years ago this place used to be bush. So then we used to hear it from our fathers, our grandfathers, and our elderly ones. But this time around, the level of urbanization is very scary. I must say this, very, very scary. And it's a good sign. It's very good sign, in a place where government is focusing more on infrastructure. It's a clear indicator that you should not be found one thing. Now, while I was growing up, I only saw train maybe 3 times in my life. I should not be saying that on today's live session, but when I went to the mainland, I think a few weeks ago, I saw train from CMS down to Mile 2. I also saw train tracks. Now, there are railways working actively in Lagos. So with this level of urbanization that is happening, with this, the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, the Lekki Epe Road construction, we've also seen, the emergence of estates around. These are clear indicators that there is future in Lagos. It's a clear indicator that Lagos is promising. It's a clear indicator that you don't want to miss what is coming on in Lagos. Now, the mistake many people are doing basically is that I don't think I want to come back to Nigeria. Who told you are not coming back to Nigeria? Even if you are not going to base in Nigeria, I know a lot of people today who cannot afford properties in most of those developed nations. Talk about New York, talk about Dubai, talk about other places. Now, what is happening in Lagos? Let me just tell you people the truth. The ideology of Lagos becoming a mega city was conceived a long time ago. So there is this competitive, awareness, this competitive spirit, and the rate at which infrastructure is going on is very, very massive. Now, it's only in Lagos that you will see a bare land where nothing is going on, that has a C of O, and they will tell you 50 million. Now, I know a lot of people have argued about this and saying, but there's nothing happening. See, my dear brothers and sisters, in as much as far it is Lagos, nothing needs to happen. Because the emphasis and the value that the government is putting on infrastructure. Look at Macarius. Many of us looked at the price of Macarius, and today, the reality is that Many people today cannot afford Macarius. And what is the reason? Macarius is in the Ayeteju Ibejuleki here. Oh. Macarius is not even in VI, it's in Ayeteju Ibejuleki here. And behind Macarius is the coastal road. That means that people can come all the way from, drive from Victoria Island down to Macarius. I'm not marketing Macarius. Now look at the Lekki Epe Expressway, all these Tiwa Gardens, Amen Phase 3, Itunu Hills, Itunu City. A lot of people have been saying what just passed through that place now is just road. If you don't have 38, 39, 40, 50 million, you cannot buy that. So a lot of people are saying that, but there's nothing happening there. Such property should not be that expensive. I just realized that for nothing happening at the moment is not a yardstick or things that determine prices. I've been saying this before and I'm going to say it again. See, Lagos has gotten to a point and a stage whereby 2, 3 years or 5 years from today, if you don't have something you can point back in Lagos, you will hit yourself. You kick yourself badly. So Lagos becomes or attain the standard of what we have in some places buy on New York. How much do you think they will sell properties? So if you're investing, it's not about what you want to do now. Okay, it's not about what you want to do now. A lot of people have said we're tired of buying and leave, but you have to wait. Urbanization and settlement takes time. Today a lot of people are having the dream of acquiring properties in Lekki. Today many people cannot afford Lekki. Many people, I was scared when they took me somewhere around Ikeja GRA. I was at Ikeja GRA I think a few weeks ago, and they wanted to rent a whole, for some of us that are familiar with Ikeja GRA, they wanted to rent a whole duplex at Ikeja GRA, and they're charging 20 million for 1 year. Yeah, I'm telling you. Now, there are some places in Lekki now, as I'm talking to you right now, where 2-bedroom apartments is being rented for 6 million per year. There's this one that a very good colleague of friend of mine, a 2-bedroom apartment at Lekki Scheme 2. For some of us who are familiar with Lekki Scheme 2, it's just Lekki Scheme 2 is inside Abraham Adesoya, a 2-bedroom apartment, and I saw 3.8 million for 1 year rent. So you won't just sit down and allow all these events unfold, and you say you will not invest. You're not. See, the thing is, I know I have a lot of people today that I manage their properties, and I know what their tenants are paying their owners, and majority of these people are not in Nigeria. And the funny thing is that with the growing level of urbanization, imagine they finish that coastal road. Now, the commencement of that coastal road, crucial things and the most important questions that we should ask ourselves, in as much as fact that that the future is Lagos. Don't make the mistake by saying I'm not in Lagos, I'm not buying. That's a mistake that people will start buying floors, just like what we have in some place in America. People start buying floors. Like they're already selling malls now, like I think 15 square meter for I think 15 million, 20 million. So it shows that the future, and this is the reason why government is tightening their grip on real estate development, because of the fact that these guys know that when Lagos becomes a mega city, a lot of people want to use that opportunity, okay, to dupe people. Do you understand? So that is why all these regulations are being put in place. So is Lagos really worth investing in? Now, when it comes to investment, I believe people have different investment goals, people have different perceptions, and people have different, how do I say it now, different ideology. Now, the thing is that there is a projection that in 2030 and 2050, the middle class will not be able to afford properties in Lagos. Now, it's not yet 2030 yet, and I was just coming from sites. We wanted to do solar installation for one of our investors that bought into a duplex somewhere around that area, and I followed them to the site, to where they, because the reason why I'm also following all these artisans, if you don't follow them closely, they will really take advantage of it. So I followed them to the place, and we did the cost implication and the likes, and we found out that what we bought in just 2 weeks for, I think we bought one panel around that time for 60,000. And with this space of one week that we went back, the panel that sold for 60,000, we're pricing it 70K. They did not sell, and inflation has affected a lot of things. Now the question basically is, what would you think would be the value of properties in Lagos in 2030? So for some of us who are saying, I can't wait, why can't you wait? Rome was never built in a day. You have to see, those who will reap the massive or the joy of Lagos are those who started early, and that's why I said procrastination is very costly. In Abidjan GRA, you can get a 2-bedroom apartment for 36 million, even if it's just 2-bedroom apartment, and you can even pay for 24 months. Though I would advise that if you are doing off plan now, the maximum payment plan you should do is 12 months, so that developer finishes your house and you move in. That's my advice, because the rate at which inflation is going, we honestly cannot predict, and I don't want a situation whereby there will be story. In fact, there have been times that we've been asked to call back our investors to add money. So that obviously is one of the advantage. But regardless of these challenges, you can take advantage of Lagos. Now, most of these companies, not all of them, but majority of them are doing Ember Month promo. Now, the thing is that the most cheapest price or the most affordable price that you will get any of your real estate properties in Lagos is now. Once we cross from 31st of December to maybe 1st or 3rd or 5th, prices will start going up. So I know of a 2-bedroom apartment inside Abidjan GRA for 36 million. Trust me, it's below market price. I know a developer that is selling 2-bedroom apartments for 75 million. What's the difference? The other one is under construction. The other one that is 70 million is almost, is like 90%. So they are like, look at Amen now. For some of us who know Amen City, they are selling Jennifer's Garden. I'm just coming from there now. That Jennifer's Gardens land, I was surprised when I saw the land. Is adjacent Amen Phase 1. Beside Amen Phase 2, there's a fuel station right in front of it, and it's just 2 minutes away from the proposed coastal road with a sea of O. They are even sand filling everything, 300 square meter, 30 million, and they say you can even pay for 1 year. See, what is coming to the Eleko axis is massive. What is coming, once they finish that coastal road like this and they upgrade that road, I can assure you, you won't see that 300 square meter for 100 million. These are some of the important things to understand about. I'm not talking about other locations. So I know our investment is based on our preference. Like, there are some people who say, okay, I prefer Ibadan. Okay, me, I prefer Abeokuta. Some will say I prefer Delta State. Some will say I prefer Port Harcourt. I prefer Abuja. Now, our choice of property based on preference is okay. Do you understand? But for me, I will pick Lagos number 1, number 2, then maybe other locations number 3, number 4, depending on your investment goal and the way you have decided to structure your real estate investment portfolio. So what I'm saying is that, don't say I've bought before. See, those who are going to live a life of affluence, those who are going to live a life of wealth for the rest of their lives, are people who are investing in Lagos now. So in as much as fact that you have reliable realtors like us who can help you, okay, do the due diligence, our lawyers check the title, our surveyors do their necessary thing. In as much as fact that you have people like us who can, guarantee the safety of your investment. Trust me, the earlier you start investing in Lagos right now, the best. So I'll be showing you some of those now. Is in my area of preference. Some of the listings I will showing you are the ones that we have searched, we have confirmed, they are litigation free. So those are the ones that I'll be posting them on my channel, like maybe my short videos. Once in a while, so I'll post them a long video just to show you what is happening in Lagos. The purpose of my videos most times, or my movement videos or my joint video, is to show. I was at Eleko today. I was wowed. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Within the space of just 1 year. The last time I went to Aleko was just last year. I've not been going towards that axis because I've been focusing on some other things too. So please, this is my honest advice and this is my humble recommendation. Take advantage of Lagos. Just look for property that is of your budget. Something you can pay off between 6 to 1 year. But if you want to do maybe 24-month payment plan, you can buy land and spread the payment for 24 months. But if it is house, 6 to 1 year, maximum 1 year, please, because with the level of inflation right now, okay, we don't want a situation whereby developers will start calling you that the money they sold to you cannot finish the project. But so the truth is, start following us as we begin to drop. Now, I'm not going to post I've received a lot of questions from some diaspora who said, you are not posting this estate, you are not posting this estate. Now, for me not posting that estate does not mean the land is bad or the developer is fraudulent. For an individual like me, basically, that I've experienced land disputes. When they talk about bloody land disputes, I've seen it. Now, I understand. Now, I'm this kind of person that I interact with families, these ancestral owners of land, and there are no places I've not been. So for some of us who just don't sell because we want to sell, there are some of us who understand the historical antecedent of some of those properties that are being marketed to you. So for us, basically, we are more or less like reporters or researchers. So I can confidently tell you if there is a dispute on a place. I can confidently tell you if there are litigations on a place, because you see, we will move every day. So the things we have seen, and I didn't just start real estate yesterday. I've been active in this industry since 2019. So if I tell you that this particular location, I've witnessed this and this and this, now that is not to say that all those places are like have issues, but that's basically for you to let you understand that if we are giving our recommendations, we're not just giving recommendations or based on what developers have told you or what we are giving recommendations based on what we have seen and what our lawyers have found out or what our surveyors have found out before we make recommendations. So these are some of those things. So is Lagos really worth investing in? Should I really go into investing in Lagos? Number one, if you can follow the rules. What are the rules? For now, don't buy survey and deed for now. Now, if you must buy, is either you have the funds to perfect the title, or the developer that is selling to you have the intention of perfecting the title. Now, when this Ekpe thing came up, now the reason why I'm relaxed is that for some of the real estate investments we made with some of those developers, it was included in our contract. Also, when I was talking to some real estate investors on why you need to put an indemnity clause on your contract, a lot of people don't understand. It's because of the fact that some of us have foreseen that situations like this may happen. So for now, we are not relaxed. Okay, we are not scared. Whatsoever thing government say we should do, we have an agreement with the developer, signed agreement that the developer will perfect the title for some, not all. And for those who are ready to, we are ready to work with them. Now, this festive period, acquire anything you want to acquire, even if it's with an initial deposit. Acquire. See, don't use the money of land to host parties. Don't use the money that you're supposed to buy properties for either yourself or your children or your loved ones. Don't use it to flex. If you paint December dirty, if you do dirty December, now the question is, who will watch the January? So these are some of the important questions. Now, so my own advice is that take advantage of some of these promos now. Don't wait till January. If it's the 2 bedroom that we have in Abijo GRA that you want to go for, it's available. 36 million, 3 million initial deposit. You can pay for 6 months, you can pay for 1 year. Rental value of properties now. If a 2 bedroom apartment in Lekki Scheme 2 is now being rented for 3.8, imagine how much they will rent in Abijo GRA. Abijo GRA, the last time I checked, because we usually go outside, okay, to check rental properties for our investors so that they can, we just randomly check so that if we are setting rent for some of our investors that bought property, we can tell them, okay, this is what this place is worth. The last time I checked, a total package for a 2 bedroom apartment in Abijo GRA was 2 billion. That includes agency and the likes, caution, blah blah blah. So it's 2 million. So it shows what is happening in this axis. Okay, now you don't necessarily have to stay in this area. Now for some of us, I'll be doing a lot of mainland listings as from next week, as from this Thursday. So I'll be uploading some of those videos. There are some projects also coming up on the mainland. See, just diversify. Buy on the island, buy on the mainland. Buy on the island, but don't put all your investment in one place, so that when policies start changing, one investment can cover up for the others, and that's the beauty. But the most important thing is that start investing in Lagos. So I'll be taking questions in our next video. Once again, I want to apologize for coming very very late. I was on site, and I'll be having another interactive session tomorrow. That one is certain will not be, I'll certainly not be coming late. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that have joined us on this live session. If you have questions, you can drop your questions, you can drop your comments. I'll be responding to some of them in our live session tomorrow. So by 3:30 tomorrow, I'm going to have another session. It's going to be interactive, and I'm also going to be co-hosting a video with for some of us that know Realtor Patrick. We're working on another live video that will be later on. Of course, I'll be announcing it for some of us that will be following. So I don't want this video to be too long. I'll be responding to our questions tomorrow by God's grace. So tomorrow by 3:30 p.m. we adjusted our time. It used to be 2 o'clock, but now we're going to be having another live session where we're going to be discussing on other things. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about the money is saying for some of real estate investors who are buying there. I'm going to be talking about why real estate developers are moving to Ibadan, and I'll be unraveling the Ibadan real estate market, and will it be relevant 2, 3, 4, 5 years from today? So for some of us who have been wondering, will it be relevant? How many should I buy? Tomorrow we'll be discussing that. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be talking extensively on why large real estate investors or real estate developers are going to Ibadan. So we'll be talking about that. Is Ibadan a safe investment zone? Will Ibadan give me the same capacity? We're discussing that by tomorrow. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that have joined. I also want to apologize. This is not the way where I should have this video, but it was because I was having, we started it right on site. Thank you very much. Do well to subscribe to this channel, and then I'll see you in my next video by tomorrow. God bless you. Bye for now.